Hello, Lego fans. How you doing? My name is Andy, and let's talk about Lego. Hope you're doing well. If you're not subscribed to my channel yet, you want to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It is free, it's easy, it's quick, and it helps out the channel quite a bit. So you want to do that if you're not already subscribed. Well, today I thought, since we're going to be answering your questions, I thought it would be good to go ahead and show my face on video. Because otherwise, what would you look at since I'm only answering questions? So now you get to stare at my lovely face while I answer your questions from last video. So without further ado, let's get started. Daniel Estes 88, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but he asks a couple questions. First one was, where did you grow up at? Where did you grow up at? I grew up about 30 minutes from where I live right now in a really tiny village, blink if you'll miss it, in central Ohio. So, and then next question is where you live now. Like I said, about 30 minutes from where I grew up at here in central Ohio, USA. So, yeah, I've been here most of my life. I was born in Pennsylvania, but I've lived in Ohio most of my life. What is your most memorable Lego set from your childhood? That would have to be the King's Castle. I remember explicitly, I loved the castle theme when they had that back in the late 80s, early 90s. And I had the Knight's Castle, and I think I had several other smaller castle sets, but I always wanted that huge, which probably cost like, I don't know, $100 or $200 back then. The King's Castle, which is probably like $600 now, but I really wanted that. And one year I actually got it for Christmas, and I remember to this day building it on the floor next to the Christmas tree on Christmas night. So yeah, that had to be my most memorable set from my childhood for sure. That was great. I love that theme. I wish they'd bring it back. Are you into any sports? If so, what teams? Not really. I didn't grow up around sports. My family wasn't into sports, so I didn't get into sports. So yeah, not really. I might keep up with Ohio State football every now and then, just because, not because I really like football, but because I do pizza delivery sometimes on the side. And I know it's going to be a busy night if there's Ohio State football playing. So that's the only reason I keep up with it. So other than that, I couldn't care less about football. What other hobbies do you enjoy other than Lego? Well, obviously not sports, right? Music. Music is my big hobby other than Lego. I'm a musician. I play guitar. I sing, I write music. I've written like over 100 original songs and recorded them, not professionally, but here in my home studio. And so yeah, that's a big thing. I've played in several bands, as you remember from my video when I was getting ready to remodel or set up the new platform. I had all that audio equipment and band equipment in here. That was from when I played in bands. So yeah, that's kind of my side hobby other than Lego. And I like to do things like camping and road trips and amusement parks and things like that as well. So, but yeah, music and Lego are probably my biggest passions. Okay, so next question. What do you do for your career? I am into IT, information technology, which is basically computer technology, computer repair, networking, network repair, all that good stuff, all that computery stuff, techie stuff. That's what I do now. I used to do, well, I also said I do pizza delivery on the side too. That's not really a career, but just a kind of a side job. And then I used to work in radio. I went to college for electronic media, which is basically broadcasting, television, and radio. So I worked in radio for several years, which I enjoyed. And I got to be on the air as an on-air disc jockey and whatnot, which was fun. But I got out of it because it just didn't pay enough. It really just didn't pay enough. And there wasn't really that much room for advancement. I mean, the most I could have gone up is maybe to a program director, but even they don't make that much money. At least they didn't when I was working in it. I don't know. Maybe they do now. I don't know. But most of the money in radio is in sales. You work in the sales department and sell air, sell time, and then you're gonna make more money doing that than you will being on the on-air side of it. So I did that for a while, and then before that, when I was really young, I did construction. I framed houses for many years too. That was kind of my first job when I was 15 years old, was working for a framing crew that frame houses. I was just a basic laborer working for like $4 an hour, $4.25 an hour or something like that. No, it was $4 an hour. Yeah. So I guess I kind of got in a tangent on that one, but yeah, my career is IT right now. Mike Connolly, which was our first prize winner on the 1,000 subscriber Lego giveaway contest. He asks for, what's your favorite build and why? At this point in time, I'm going to say my favorite build is the roller coaster, the original roller coaster, the red and white one. I really liked that. I liked it a lot before I bought it, and maybe it's special to me because it took me forever to find it, because I bought it aftermarket. And I remember once I was delivering a pizza to a house, and I walked into the house, and that set was on display. It was sitting there, and I'm like, that is so awesome. That was like it was like during the time when I started Lego, but not before I got that set or a lot of other sets. And I thought, man, that is so cool. I got to get that. So it took a while to find it at a decent price, but I still paid over $500 for it. And it was a lot of fun to build. I actually built it twice. I built it, tore it down, and built it again. So I thought it was my fault that the roller coaster wasn't working, but it turned out to be the wheels were the problem. But that was kind of disappointing when I built it and then it wouldn't work. But yeah, it was just the wheels that they deteriorate over time, and the thing had been sitting in the box since 2018, so it was like 5 years old. So, but yeah, that's my favorite build, I would say. If you had a chance to change something when you first started Lego, what would it be? Well, couple things. I probably wouldn't have bought as much Lego as I have bought. I probably would, because when I first started several years ago, I was kind of like buying everything I could get a hold of, like Technic and like Technic stuff I'm not real big into, and then City stuff. I bought a lot of City stuff that really you can't use that well on. I mean, that sounds kind of contradicting. It's City stuff, but you can't use it in the city. But the City stuff is more geared towards children, I think, and it's because the builds are so simple and the open backs, and it's not a full building and things of that nature, so you can't really do much with it. I mean, I did use, like, you can turn them into bigger buildings if you have some creativity, like I did with that bank building. That was a City set. I ended up turning it into a modular. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I kind of regret buying. That's probably what if I had to go back and do it again, I wouldn't have bought nearly as much stuff as I bought. I would have bought more parts to build my own stuff, and stuck with stuff, like modular buildings and the adult stuff. I should have stuck just with that stuff that I can display and I can use in the city, as opposed to, I mean, I just bought everything, every Lego set I could get a hold of when I first started. So I definitely would change that. Let's see. Zoltanagi. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Zoltanagi 5325. He asks, or he or she asked, how old am I? Well, I just turned 29 the other day. No, I wish. No, I am 45 years old, and you're 45 years young, I guess you could say, and I'm loving every bit of it. How many years have you been into Lego? Well, that's kind of a difficult question, because I've been into Lego like pretty much all my life. I different eras, if of time. Like, I was into it when I was a kid, and then I got out of it as I grew up. But then I would buy Lego sets here and there as an adult. Like I remember back in 08, 09, I got the Indiana Jones sets when they first came out. I loved those. And then some castle builds that they would come out with every time after they canceled the castle theme, but they would have like similar sets that would come out that I would get a hold of. And then I liked the what was the other thing? The castles, and then there was the forestmen, like the Robin Hood looking guys. I liked those too, so I would buy sets that were similar to those and whatnot. But my most recent bout into Lego started about 2.5 years ago, back in 2022, early 2022. And that's when I started buying up. My very first set was the International Space Station. I remember that, and I still haven't built it yet. It's still on the shelf. So yeah, that's about 2.5 years on this latest where I really got into it big time and started a YouTube channel and all that stuff. So Milan Ondrake, and I don't know if I'm saying that right either, asks me, first set ever. What was your first set ever? Oh gosh, you know what? I don't even know. I can't. I mean, because I was into it as a child, so I couldn't tell you. I had a lot of it when I was a kid because I would constantly beg my mom to buy me more Lego, and I always liked going to the store and looking at in the Lego aisle, and you know how back in like the 90s. The 1990s, late 80s, 90s, they used to have the Lego boxes that had the flip open fronts. So you could flip open the front and you could see the parts, bags of parts inside in clear plastic, which I thought was really cool. I loved doing that, you know, so you could go to the store, you could open the thing and see all the parts inside, but they quit doing that for some reason. But so yeah, I couldn't tell you what the first set I ever had was. I just know I was in the castle theme and in the forestmen and stuff like that when I was a kid. And last but not least, Simpsons 99 Gaming asks, what all have your cats wrecked, and how often have you had to, you know, fix it? Well, that's a good question, and many, many, many times. As a matter of fact, when I came in the Lego room today, my camper van for the Lego Beach was on the floor with the Mills plate all over the place. So Doodlebug must have been doing his business again, because the other two cats I have don't even come near it. So I know it wasn't them. It had to have been Doodlebug. Bella, before she died, she would get up there every now and then, but not very often. So I think she knocked it down once. But most destruction has come from Doodlebug. So almost every time I come in this room, I have to fix my bike barriers or my trees or telephone poles. Something's always knocked down, it seems like. And, you know, honestly, I wish I had a door on the Lego rooms. It's just an open doorway. If I had a door, I would close the door and not even let them in here. That's what I need to do, is I need to put some kind of a door that I can close so that they can't get in here, because, you know, it may be smaller stuff, but sometimes it's not small stuff. Sometimes it's big stuff, and, you know, I'm afraid he's going to destroy more, you know, than what he has done. So, gotta love him though. So yeah, it's quite a few times, and you know, it's just part of having cats. You know, if you want to have Lego and have cats, you're going to deal with that. It's just the way it is. I mean, I don't know, maybe not all cats are like that, but like the other two I have don't even, like I said, they don't even come near it. They barely even come into the room. So it's just Doodlebug mostly. So I guess it depends on the cat. Anyway, guys, that is the last question. So I thought I would get a lot more questions than I did, but there was a problem with my video too. I had to upload it 3 times because the first time I noticed that that my address was showing when I opened one of the boxes. I think it was the UPS box I opened, and my address and full name was showing right there. I'm like, nah, I don't want to reveal that. And then the second file, I think, was just corrupted or something. So I had to upload it 3 times to get it up. So I mean, I copied and pasted the comments from the first upload so that I would have them into a document, and then I didn't get a whole lot of comments on the second or the third upload. So, but I do appreciate you guys putting in the questions that you did. If you have any more questions, go ahead and put those in the comments, and I'll get to them on the next video. Other than that, thanks for taking me along. Thanks for watching the entire video. I do appreciate it. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It helps out the channel quite a bit. It's easy. It's quick, and it doesn't cost anything. So there you go. All right, guys. Have a good day. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you soon. All right. Bye-bye.